Hello, New York. Hello, world. It's time to listen to the man in the know, the man in the flow, AC Lowe. Interesting guests, music and news, and just about everybody's views. Now, live from New York, it's the AC Lowe Show over the City World Radio Network.
That's right. You've heard it. Happy Monday. Even though some people may say I sound like a man, but I'm not AC Lowe. I'm Jazzy Joy. This is normally the Jazzy Joy show slot. Some of you, as your listeners, may know that AC Lowe and Bill Russo, they're doing shows one day a month at the Jazzy Joy and Keeping It Real show slot. So this evening, I'm sitting in for AC Lowe. My name is Jazzy Joy. So thanks for joining us. And again, once again, happy Monday. My co-host from North Carolina, T-Mac, he may be chiming in from time to time, but I'm sitting in for AC Lowe. So this is the AC Lowe Show. So thanks for tuning in. We have hello, T-Mac.
Yeah.
Okay,
Time I'll be chiming in. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, okay. So, and I'm here with Jade, our great engineer. So we're excited about this evening. We have a special guest. His name is Minchul. Yes.
Yep.
And I just want to give you a little bit of background information, and then he'll take it from there. We'll ask him some questions, and of course, we'll give you an opportunity to call in if you have any questions. The number is 646-690-2976. So that is 646-690-2976 in case you have any questions or comment for Min. Okay, so I just want to say here that Min graduated from Northeastern University in 2012 with a doctorate in pharmacy. Oh, so that's awesome.
That's right.
And how are you this evening, Min?
I'm good. I'm really excited to be here. Thank
Great
you for
to
having
have
me.
you. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for being a guest on the AC Lowe Show. Okay, so let's see what else we have to say about him. I guess I have. He spent the last 7 years as a licensed active pharmacist, working in a variety of health care settings, from small independent pharmacies and large Fortune 10 companies, and most recently an HIV clinic. Wow, so you really get around, don't you?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of things, but the interesting thing about this is, and I'll let you tell the audience, is that it has to do with animals, right? Or dogs.
Well,
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, so we just launched a CBD brand, and it's called Buzzin'. We have CBD products for both people and pets. And
So it's for both people and pets.
people and pets,
Okay,
right? Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so the company launched this year in February, so we're brand new to the CBD space. We focus on organic, premium, broad spectrum products. And so what we do is we're partnered with a farm and manufacturer out in Colorado, and that's where we get the hemp, and we extract it. And
Is hemp the hemp?
yeah, so
Okay.
it's CBD hemp, so it's industrial hemp, which
Okay.
is legal, and we basically extract the whole cannabis plant, and we get all the cannabinoids and the terpenes from the plant, and basically there's your oil right there, and then we wash it away free of THC, so there's no the psychoactive compound of our oils. And THC is essentially, if you guys don't know, is the so when you smoke weed, essentially when you get that paranoia effect, yeah, we don't have that in our products whatsoever.
Oh, so you let me see. Let me understand it. You have a way of extracting that out of it?
Yeah. So
Really?
right, exactly. So you extract the whole plant, and then
Oh, okay.
so in that cannabis industrial hemp plant
Mm-hmm.
comes the cannabinoids and terpenes. You have
Okay.
plant waxes and also THC, and ultimately the THC is just washed away.
And so, what exactly do the oils do? I mean, what are they for? I mean, what's it, medicinal?
Well, it's all the benefits,
Yeah, the benefits of the
The
oil.
benefits of CBD. Yeah, so I guess I'll start from the beginning.
Sure.
Like people and pets, we have an endocannabinoid system in our bodies.
Sounds very scientific. but-
Yeah, it is. So it's not it sounds more intimidating than it really is, but so we have an endocannabinoid system, and in that system we have cannabis receptors. So we have CB1 and CB2 receptors in our body, and it's in our brain, it's in our nervous system.
Okay.
And so when we take CBD, it reacts with the CB1 and CB2 receptors to essentially tackle an entire range of issues from your mood, pain, inflammation.
Wow.
It's good for your heart. It protects your nerves. It's filled with antioxidants, so it's an immune booster. It's just overall really good for your body.
Well, that sounds like something I need. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm diabetic. I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess
so-
it would be good for that.
Yep, studies
Wow.
have shown that CBD can reduce blood sugars in your
Oh.
body and help with
I need to
diabetes.
run out and
Yeah,
where do I get that? I need to run out and get some right now.
you can buy it online actually on our website at getbuzzin.com.
Can you spell that for us?
Yeah, so it's getbuzzin BUZZN.com.
So Buzzin.
Buzzin, yeah.
BUZZN
Right.
.com.
.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so-
you have the list of products?
Yeah, so we have 2 products for people. It's a 500 milligram tincture bottle, and it comes in 2 different flavors. One is orange, and the other one is mint. And then we also have 2 dog products, which is we also have the oils and the dog treats, and then we have our healing balm. So that balm is pretty universal. It can be used for any chronic pain that you have. It can be used for dry skin, redness, any inflammation. I actually use it as a chapstick sometimes. It's got beeswax, organic eucalyptus, and lavender, and also 1,000 milligrams of our CBD oil inside.
Now, I have a couple of questions because you have a PhD in pharmacy. What
Pharmacology, yeah.
Pharmacology. What does that mean? Because in order to be a pharmacist, do you have to have a PhD?
In order to be a pharmacist nowadays, you have to have your doctorate in
Really?
pharmacy. Yeah.
See, I didn't know.
Yes.
Okay.
So what that essentially means is when we go to school, we pretty much learn about everything in terms of like how a drug reacts to your body, and how the body reacts to the drug. And we at Northeastern we learn different disease states and conditions and how to treat them with certain prescription pills.
And I hate to say, but I got the best advice from my pharmacist. More, better advice about diabetes and it's the benefits of, and all the information about insulin from the pharmacist, not from my doctor. I didn't know anything.
It's like a collaborative approach. So when a doctor prescribes insulin, for example, for diabetes, us pharmacists, it's our duty to counsel the patients and let them know that they know exactly how to take their insulin or their prescription pills.
Oh, that's amazing. You look very young. You have your PhD. Another question I wanted to ask: How did you get involved with animals? I mean, dogs and cats mixed up with this.
The whole CBD thing.
Yeah. How did it?
I don't even know where to begin.
Because I mean, you're a pharmacist.
Yeah.
It's mostly medications for humans, right?
Right.
And part of your training, do you learn about animals? Because I know animals
no,
have.
I
the
just
same
love animals
issues.
so much.
Okay.
So
but I know that animal because I have a good friend of mine who's a veterinarian, And
Okay.
animals have the same kind of illnesses and issues that a lot of humans have.
Right, exactly.
So,
The one thing with animals is that they can't really speak their conditions. You know what I mean? They can't really voice it if they're feeling sick or if they're in pain, without just like taking them to the vet and getting those like lab test things and stuff like that done. But so essentially, how I got started was. I started a dog walking company like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Called Urban Wag, and I did it part time. So like I was still practicing as a pharmacist full time and doing that part time, and then we ended up growing pretty quickly and pretty large, and so I actually left my career as a pharmacist to
handle the dog walking.
to continue with Urban Wag.
Oh,
And
okay.
so within that company, we've partnered with so many different rescue groups, and there's one rescue group in particular called Korean Canine. And what they do is they're a nonprofit organization, so they fly out to Korea and shut down dog meat farms that still exist. And they shut those down, and they bring the dogs over to New York City to find them homes and to get adopted. And working closely with Gina, the founder of Korean Canine, we noticed that implementing CBD into their diets has really helped with their behavioral issues in terms of their anxiety and just essentially all the trauma that they've really been through, especially being locked up in a dog meat farm. It's these dogs that come here are super traumatized.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so introducing the CBD has really helped these dogs' behavioral issues, and it's now, it's a mandatory product that is actually added into their adoption list when rescuing with them.
Wow, that's
Also, you're introducing it to their food, okay?
Yeah. So we put it into their foods, and dosing for pets is based on their body weight. And actually, we made our packaging very easy, so you guys don't get confused on how much to really give CBD to your dog. And we have a really simple infographic on our packaging. And typically, a 25-pound dog gets about roughly around 2 to 5 milligrams of CBD.
I have to ask my friend if he's aware of this, if he knows about this, because certainly I will put him in touch with you because he has a veterinary practice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Where is he practicing?
He practices it's outside of Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay.
In a town called LaGrange. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No,
but
I know. Most people probably have never heard of it. So that's why we say Poughkeepsie, because a lot of people have heard of Poughkeepsie, upstate New York.
Right.
But yeah, he has a home and a veterinary practice there, and this would be something I'm sure he would be interested in.
Yeah, I'd love for you to connect us.
Because you're talking about mood. It helps the mood. What about mood in humans also? Or
so it actually is. Studies have shown that it can really help with someone who suffers from anxiety, and so it's pretty complicated, like how it all works and how CBD reacts with your body to help alleviate any anxiety, but
it works.
But it works, yeah. And actually, I've been using it because I do have anxiety, and I've been taking it for years, and it's really done wonders, and I can't even imagine life without it at this point.
It really sounds awesome. So I mean, do you work with veterinarians with your products? I mean, have you?
Not yet, but that's definitely something that we're looking into. We think that a lot of vet clinics would benefit.
So you got to start with one.
Yeah, we got to start with one, and I definitely have one in mind right now. So.
And so you're gonna start with two.
We'll start with two. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll take over all of the vets, right?
I'm sure this is something he would be interested in. Sure, having dealing with pets.
Yeah, I mean, dogs especially definitely benefit from CBD, and even if they don't have like any anxiety issues or any separation anxiety or behavioral issues at all, our product is filled with antioxidants, so it's really good to just give to your dog on a daily basis. And so I have two dogs. One is actually from Korean Canine, and he was rescued from the dog meat farm. And the other one I got through a breeder, but so I use one for his anxiety, and I use the other for just as an immune booster, just because the plant is filled with antioxidants. It's just overall really good for their health.
Would you suggest the product for a dog that's dealing with cancer? Because I also have a friend who has a dog that has cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of studies that show that CBD can actually slow the progression of cancer and even kill certain cancer cells. So I would strongly suggest that,
Well, I will recommend your website to my friend.
Yeah,
she can.
absolutely.
Yeah, because this would be very helpful to her. So at this particular time, we will take a little music break. But before we do that, I would like you to give your information again. And certainly after the music break, if you have any questions for Min, 646-690-2976. And just would like to remind you that this is the AC Lowe Show. I'm Jazzy Joy filling in for AC Lowe. So don't go away. Just a little music interlude. Okay. Okay, that was Groove Merchant. We actually had that group on the show, and the name of that song was Caravan. So an excellent young jazz group, and hopefully we can have them back soon. So this is the AC Lowe Show. Thanks for tuning in. We have our special guest, Minchul. And we're talking about CDC,
CBD,
ABCD. You gotta
just no THC.
So CBD is
CBD,
like the
yes.
opposite of THC.
CBD oil.
CBD oil.
CBD oil.
And how it's being used to help humans as well as animals.
Yep,
okay,
exactly.
So tell us a little bit more about your rescue efforts with the dog farm. What is it, the dog
Korean Canine Rescue.
It's the Korean, because they actually eat they use the dog as meat. Yes,
right. Okay. In South Korea, in the countryside, a lot of the older generation, they still see dogs as cattle, right? Mm-hmm. So like,
like the way we see cows,
right? Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it's a real situation. And so we work very closely with a rescue group called Korean Canine Rescue, and they're a nonprofit organization that saves these dogs from the dog meat farms, and they bring them back to the U.S. to get adopted and to find them homes.
So it's actually Korean, Korean people involved in the rescue?
So the founder is Korean, yes,
and he's against using dogs as meat.
And she's a big animal activist. And,
okay.
The whole
this is in Korea, right? This is in Korea.
Yeah, this is in Korea.
South Korea.
Oh, okay. No, South Korea. Okay.
And their whole movement is to just ban the dog meat farms and just ban dog meat in general. Mm-hmm. And so we work very closely with them in helping these dogs because they're so traumatized when they get here. Right. They've been in these terrible conditions, and they don't have any like human affection, and they're pretty much just scared of humans in general, right? Uh-huh. Because they see dogs there, see them as a threat. They're gonna they're gonna kill them.
Right.
And so what we do is we work closely with them, and we incorporate CBD into their diets because they're just so traumatized that CBD has really helped stabilize their mood and just take away any fear that they carry over with them when they come to New York. And
okay, that's excellent.
Yeah, and it's really helped them. And Gina has she's seen so many dogs' behaviors change for the better, and it's and they can actually live like normal dogs and live a high quality life without that fear and the sense of impending doom.
What is the process of getting them from Korea to New York? How do you achieve that?
So I'm not sure like how it works operationally. I know that Gina. So what essentially happens is they go to these dog meat farms and they shut it down, and then they fly them out. I think they fly them cargo. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I just know that. Yeah, I just know that they have rescue events every Saturday, and It's at Bushwick Park. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but it's 181 Irving Avenue in Bushwick, Brooklyn. And so it's typically every Saturday, and there's about 10 dogs that need to be adopted every Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they actually sell our CBD oils there as well.
And what's the name of the organization?
It's Korean Canine Rescue.
Oh, Korean Canine.
Korean Canine Rescue. Yeah, and you can, and if you guys are interested, you can find more information on their website. It's KoreanCanineRescue.org.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they accept donations also.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they're
help them.
they're always looking for any help that they can get, because they essentially need to pay these people to shut down their farms.
Right, absolutely.
And that's the only way to really save and rescue these dogs. And they could use all the help that they can get at this time.
Now, your organization, Buzzin.
Yeah.
Buzzin. What are your goals? I mean, what is it that you hope to achieve with this company? This is a for-profit company or a non-profit organization?
We're not a non-profit, but our goals are to having my background in pharmacology as well as my business partner V, we both hold our doctorates in pharmacology, and we really stand behind the cannabis plant because of all the healing properties that it has. And so not only do we want to present to the world a high quality CBD oil, but we also want to be educators and also activists behind the cannabis plant, and really just squash away any stigma that's been carried for centuries with marijuana, essentially, right? And so our whole goal is to just really destigmatize the hemp plant, destigmatize cannabis, and just promote all the benefits the plant has to offer. And so just being a pharmacist, I've witnessed the opiate crisis and people's addictions to controlled substances and like habit-forming medications. And, this is all under a doctor's authority too, right? So, people just keep, they go down that dark hole once they're prescribed these medications, and they're not really given other alternatives with more natural alternative medications that can essentially do the same thing in terms of treating anxiety and pain.
Well, the pharmaceutical companies that's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So they make money by selling medicines, but man-made synthetic medicines. So
I feel like all people really know, or they is traditional pharmaceuticals, right?
Right, that's all we know.
Because they trust doctors, and these doctors that are trained and educated to prescribe certain prescriptions.
I have a question that's probably on a lot of our listeners' minds, and that I've been involved with CBD oil stores and outlets here in North Carolina. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, but I was wondering, in states where they have, where THC infused cannabis is legal, would you still recommend that they use the CBD oil without the THC, or is there a benefit to THC as well?
So the legal limits of CBD is the federal legal limits. You can only have 0.3% of THC in your oil, and essentially 0.3% of THC is really like nothing, right? It's almost like non-detectable levels. So right now, that's all you can have in your oils, and
that's all you can have in this state. But then New York or this state, but there are like Colorado and certain other states where I think in DC and also in parts of California, where higher levels of THC is permitted. Do you think there's a benefit from that? That would be partial to the THC in being involved, or you
Yeah,
would still recommend it without the THC?
I think there is a benefit with some THC. It's called the entourage effect, where you use basically in an oil there's CBD, all 100 plus cannabinoids and terpenes, plus low amounts of THC. All of it works together synergistically, and it is preferred to have all those compounds in the oil to promote healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't want to put you on the spot, but
this doesn't put you at odds with the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, so there's so much confusion right now. It's crazy what's happening, because right now, like, the FDA is saying CBD oil is illegal, right?
Right.
But the Farm Bill, the most recent Farm Bill that passed in December of 2018, it states that industrial hemp is legal as long as there's only 0.3% THC in the product.
Right.
And it just gets all confusing because, there's a drug company that actually came out with a CBD drug called Epidiolex, and it's a prescription drug, and it's used to treat and prevent seizures. And so now the confusion lies, is this a dietary supplement that everyone's marketing it as, or is it a prescription drug that you actually need to go see a doctor to get a prescription for?
And that's the CBD without the THC, right?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And they still want to make a prescription?
Yeah, so
Wow.
right, because that drug company essentially is saying we're treating seizures with CBD, and the FDA states you can't make any claims unless you can't say words like treat, cure, because there's essentially not enough studies, right? It has to go through all these clinical trials and phases to be marketed as a prescription drug, and Epidiolex went through those trials, and it is being marketed as a treatment for seizures right now.
Oh, that's interesting. Because there's a group of people that in my community here in North Carolina. One gentleman has some land, and we were having discussions about starting a hemp farm.
Okay.
Because that is now legal. You can, like you said, you can get the one of the THC is absent. You can
no more than 3%.
Yeah. So I mean, the hemp farms are completely legal as long as you abide by the state's agriculture laws. So industrial hemp just has high amounts of cannabinoids and low amounts of THC. And when you take that plant, you extract it, you get the oil from it.
Now, so the products that you have, we can only get them through you. I mean, do you have distributors? I mean, does people want to be distributors, or they want to sell it in their stores or whatever?
Yeah, so we do offer wholesale if they want to.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
And you can, you can find all of this information on our website at getbuzzin.com. And so we do offer wholesale.
Oh, okay.
We don't offer any like private label, white label kind of things like that. But if
a person can purchase it wholesale and sell it.
Right, exactly. Okay. Yeah, and you can actually fill out the form online, and we can have.
That's great.
Right.
That makes it easy. Okay.
Yeah. So
T-Mac, do you have any more questions, or the lines are open?
I've been involved with doing some research around this. Coincidentally, recently
with the hemp.
Yeah, with the hemp. The hemp. There's a few stores here. There's a couple new stores. One that I went to, I guess a week ago, and was looking at some of the products. They have the honey, they have the chocolate wafers, they have.
It's everything. It's in everything now. It's crazy.
Hemp is in everything. Yeah.
It's in everything.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah, and it's just. I mean, even some of the buds that they have in the store. If you didn't know any better, you might have thought that was a marijuana bud, right? But it's totally absent of THC. But it resembles the same, the same structure.
So
And
this,
they even have smokable.
Yeah, CBD flower.
The,
It looks exactly like
yeah,
bud, exactly.
so this might be. I mean, like you said, you were thinking about opening up a hemp store or starting
well,
a
I mean,
hemp farm or whatever. This
I
might
have
be
farm
something.
and having a store and outlet as well. I mean, that's a few of my neighbors are talking about it actively now. I mean, as a matter of fact, and trying to put together the financing for it. One gentleman has the land, right? So, there seems to be a large market for the hemp oil without the THC in the supplement community, the medical supplement community.
Definitely, it's definitely
There's a
it's
market
super
for
trendy
it.
right now, and it's growing. And the reason behind that is because it's studies are showing that it's super beneficial for you, and it's time that just because marijuana and cannabis has been so stigmatized for
Right.
centuries that which I'm not even sure why. Like to this day, there's really no marijuana-related deaths. But we look at alcohol; it's socially acceptable.
Right.
But look how many alcohol-related deaths there are with drinking and driving. Alcohol poisoning.
Absolutely.
Yet we don't.
A lot of liver damage.
Exactly. Yet we see it as totally normal. But when you take cannabis, it's almost like,
But it's a natural.
Like it's crazy.
It's a plant. I mean, it's an herb.
Right. Exactly.
And everything else is man-made.
Right. And so our whole our whole mission here at Buzzin is we're really just trying to destigmatize the hemp plant and normalize it and see it for what it really is, which is a natural, holistic approach to treatment. And it's sustainable. There's.
I have to tell you, I'm really glad I'm sitting in for him because I don't know if I would have been listening to his show or not at this particular time, but I'm really glad that I'm here because this is actually a very interesting information. When you hear, okay, he has a PhD in pharmacology, and something about dogs and cats. It's like,
I'm all over the place.
How are you gonna do a show? But I'm glad I agreed to do this show because you have really enlightened me, and I'm it's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk more about how CBD helps with diabetes, after the show if you want.
Oh yeah, I absolutely, because I need all the help I can get. And when you say it boosts immunity, the immune system, I mean, and energy boosts the energy, I need to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody should start incorporating CBD into their wellness routine. Just because of all the benefits that it has to offer. And like you mentioned, like it's an immunity booster. It's filled with antioxidants. The cannabinoids and terpenes. It works with the receptors in our bodies. And it tackles pretty much an entire range of issues. And it helps with inflammation and pain. And I feel like a lot of the issues that we have is due to the inflammation in our body.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that's wow. Anything else you would like to add before we go into music?
So our products, it can be found on getbuzzin.com, but we lab test all of our products to make sure that it's pure and consistent, and that our bottle, we have 500 milligram tinctures, and we want customers to know that what they're getting is what they're getting, and that it doesn't have any, basically additives or harsh chemicals or pesticides or lead. It's a pure product. It's a high quality product, and it's filled with cannabinoids and terpenes that will promote that healing for you.
Are you regulated by the FDA?
No, we're not regulated by the FDA, and no CBD company is. But our manufacturer is FDA approved, so that makes our products pharmaceutical grade.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So we're gonna take
So
a little.
your products,
Oh, you
your,
have
your
one.
products, are, your
Go
products
ahead.
are not just for canine per se; it's for human consumption as well.
Right, exactly. So it's for people and pets.
But he took a
Okay.
particular interest in pets because you like, right?
Yeah,
I saw a
so
picture of you with 2 dogs.
those are my dogs.
Those
yeah.
are your dogs. Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, so we people and dogs have an endocannabinoid system, so it made sense to create products for both. We all, like, dogs suffer from anxiety, dogs have pain, and just like humans, and taking CBD oil and giving your dog CBD oil, it goes hand in hand, really.
Mm.
Absolutely. So we're going to have a little music interlude. Don't go away. We have more coming back, so we'll be right back at you. Okay, so we're back for your listening pleasure. That was Groove Merchant and Olio. So hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. We're back with Minchul, and we're just gonna wrap it up talking about more about the products. Basically that's it. Yeah, more about what the products do and effects for humans and animal canines. Yeah.
For dogs, we have the puppy potion tincture. It's 250 milligrams.
Puppy potion.
It's called puppy potion.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's 250 milligrams of CBD in the bottle. It's a broad spectrum product, so what that means is that it's a whole plant extraction. We have all the cannabinoids, the terpenes, but it's washed away of any THC, the psychoactive component of the plant. And so that's our puppy potion tincture, and it's, you give it to your dog. It's based on how much they weigh. So dosing is based on body weight. And then our second dog product is our dog treats, and that's called Chill Bites. It has 2 milligrams of CBD per dog treat, and there's 30 treats in a bag. So those are our 2 dog products. And for people, we have 3 products. We have 500 milligrams of Chill Mint, which is essentially the mint-flavored oil. And then we have Orange Bliss, which is flavored with our orange essential oil.
And the mint one, what exactly does that do? I mean...
So the mint one, the ingredients is just, it's 500 milligrams of our broad-spectrum CBD oil, and hemp seed oil, grape seed oil, and then peppermint oil for the flavoring.
Okay.
And
so it's something you take orally?
The preferred method is sublingually, which means you take it under your tongue.
Okay.
You let that absorb for about 30 seconds for maximum absorption, and then you can swallow it.
Okay.
And then the Orange Bliss has our base oil is MCT oil, so that's fractionated coconut. And it's flavored with our orange essential oil, and it's a lot lighter. It's fresher. It's more citrusy than the Chill Mint, which is a little more thick in flavor.
Okay.
And it tastes a little more like oil when you're taking it. And then lastly, our third product is our Healing Balm. It's super powered. It's 1,000 milligrams of CBD infused with beeswax, and we have organic eucalyptus and lavender essential oils.
All right.
Yeah, I have seen the balm for like external use, topical use in terms of pain, or discomfort. A couple of people have tried it, and they said it does have some significant effects on their like areas of pain that they have.
Yeah, it does.
So I was quite curious about it. It's kind of expensive here. I don't know.
I mean, our balm is kind of expensive too, but it's a 2-ounce jar. It's super powered. It's 1,000 milligrams infused in that tiny jar, and I feel like our skin is the largest organ in our body. So when you apply something, it's going to be absorbed because of the large surface area that we have. And, it, like you said, it is very effective to take in CBD that way.
But now for the like my pet, I have a dog, and I also have like the CBD oil drops, right? That like I'll put in tea or salt or fruit drinks or whatever. All right, they'll say it specifies a certain number of drops. That would be basically the same thing that I would if I put it in the dog's food or something.
Yeah, so if you put in your dog's food, how much does your dog weigh?
About 100 pounds. 100 pounds, 100. Yeah. Between 80 and 100 pounds.
80 to 100 pounds. So yeah, again, dosing is based on body weight, and what's that? Oh, okay. So dosing is based on body weight, and
Okay.
it can get kind of confusing, especially with dog products and how much to really give your dog. But like I said, we put a cute little infographic on our packaging to make sure that you don't get confused and that you do give the correct dosing at all times. And so,
But is there any side effects for like maybe potential overdosing?
so you can't overdose on CBD, or it's pretty much impossible. I feel like, just because you would have to like take a lot, and by a lot I mean like just bottle after bottle after bottle in one sitting. You know what I mean? The side effects to it is like for dogs, for example, if you give too much, it helps with GI motility. So what that means is that gets your GI tract moving. So dogs can experience like looser stools.
Okay.
Or
What about humans?
Humans, there really is no side effects, and if you were to take too much, for example, it might be just like dizziness maybe, or some nausea, but there really are no side effects to something that's so natural and holistic,
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. All right, thank you. I appreciate the information, really.
Very interesting, and as I said, I'm very glad that I decided to sit in for AC Lowe. So if you're just tuning in, we're about to wrap this up. This is the AC Lowe Show, and then next week, next Monday, we'll be back with the Jazzy Joy Keeping It Real show. So thanks for tuning in to the AC Lowe Show, and Minchul, thank you so much for joining us this evening and with this very, very informative talk. And I hope the listeners have learned a lot. I certainly have. And absolutely, I'm pretty sure AC Lowe might like to have you back. And certainly maybe you can join our show, if your schedule permits.
Yeah,
so just give your information one more time before we leave.
Yeah, so Buzzin is a line of premium organic CBD oil for both people and pets. And
that's BUZZN.
BUZZN. It's getbuzzin.com. You can buy it online. We're actually having an Earth Day sale today because it's Earth Day.
It's Earth Day, that's right.
And it's
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. It's 20% off on your order with discount code ECO20. So that's ECO20. If you want to purchase any CBD oil products, it can be, again, found at getbuzzin.com.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week, and thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversation.